Welcome back to Know Thy Shelves. I'm Michelle. I'm Rachel. We didn't present that intro. Anyway, sorry. Small victories, guys. This is our bonus episode for July. So we're gonna... Did you want to talk about books we've read so far? Or you want to just loop it in with the rest?
So I haven't read anything because I've been reading our next pick.
Which
we'll go over later.
Okay, well, I'm excited because I finished the God Killer trilogy. We read the first book for the podcast, God Killer by Hannah Canner. And then I read Sunbringer and Faithbringer, and it did not disappoint.
Did it wrap up like completely, or is there...
Yes, I felt like the third book was a little rushed, just because it was longer out of the three, but I still felt like it was a little rushed. I still feel like the first book is
the best one.
Yeah.
Well, it sets up everything.
Yeah, it sets up everything, so you get to know the characters more. My favorite character wasn't really a lot in the second book. I mean, she was, but she wasn't with the gang, so I was like, I don't like this. But the third one actually did wrap it up pretty nicely.
Was I right about Sketty and what's her name? The girl that's with him.
Inara?
Yes.
Yeah. She's a halfling.
Yeah. But is she related to the king?
No.
No. Okay.
No. It was Yusuf, the god of safe travels. It was him. And that was Sketty was his kind of like little... He piggybacked on his shrine. So, yeah. The king's still a dick, anyway. It's fine. Anyways, that's all I've read. Yeah, I wanted to finish this up since we had a small break. I was like, I want to finish these! So I did. I was going to try to do the second book to Gideon the Ninth, but it's just long. So I was like, I don't want to commit right now.
Well, I finally have all of those.
Yes, you picked up the third one?
Yes.
On our travels, yeah.
I think the fourth one's coming out later, but...
What? What do you mean there's a fourth one?
Yeah, there's going to be a fourth one. I believe.
Can you just crush my soul? No. I mean, I'm excited to see where it goes, you know, because I was wondering where the third character, I'm like, who are you? Should I know you? Just based on the name. Yeah. So, yeah. So, as you might have imagined, this is just kind of a bonus episode, so we're just throwing shit at you after we talk about Silo.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, let's get into that before I divulge a little. Ooh, squirrel. So we read Wool in a previous episode, so if you want the description of, like, what happened during Wool, check it out.
Yeah. I had to find my notes. I was like, let's refresh on this.
See? You kept them, so... the only bad thing about Silo Season 1, it's on Apple TV, which not a lot of people have Apple products. I know you can get it on... What is that? I forget the name of it. It's a streaming service. Like, it's on computers, or the TVs now.
The
Roku. Thank you. I was like, I don't know. Roku. The first season of Silo only does half the book.
Yes.
So that was kind of frustrating. That I wanted to see more towards the last half of what happened visualized, but we didn't get that far. So just a heads up if you're gonna try to read the book before watching the TV show, or vice versa.
Yeah, it's only half the book.
Yeah.
But you should just read the whole book, and then you're prepared for season 2.
Yeah. And then, you know, there's a second and third book to that. And also, I think he also made, like, a kind of, like, short stories. They're called, like, Silo stories or something. It came with, like, the book set.
Yeah.
It's just tiny.
So I think originally these were, like...
standalone, maybe?
Not standalone, but they were kind of, like, serialized internet stories. And then he put them all together.
Gotcha. I didn't know that.
So I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't want to read those until I read the rest of it. Because I feel like it would give me more understanding of it, maybe? I don't know. I don't want to, like, spoil something from the books that I haven't.
Yeah, I understand. Short stories are always good after.
Yes, 100%. To kind of be like, I really like this. I'm going to go again. So we're not really going to go over like the description or the plot line of Wool/Silo because
we already did that.
Yeah. Just check out the video. It's more. Yeah, let's just get into. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. So I have a different. So we were just gonna compare the TV show to the book and like the major differences between the two, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the one I pointed out during our Wool episode was the stairs are not metal.
No.
I'm very upset about that.
It also seemed like it was bigger than what I pictured.
Bigger?
And on the TV show, I think there was more people in the silo. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if it gave like a count of how many people.
It was more claustrophobic in the book.
Yes. Yeah, especially that's what I really didn't like about the stairs in the TV show was it was so long. It wasn't as narrow as like I picture how it was in the book or how the book portrayed it. So that's one thing I was just like in the TV show when they do the like Founders Day, they put like slides so cuz it's like spiral in the book or in the TV show when in the book it's more like landings, like, you know, metal landing up, you know.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how I pictured it. You know, I know it's been a minute since we read it, so if I messed it up, let me know. But yeah, I felt like it was more claustrophobic because it was more like just a single line going up and a single line going down, and then you have the porters kind of, you know, zigzagging it in.
Yeah.
In the TV show, it was just so big. Like the staircase was huge, and I really didn't feel like the claustrophobic of it, and I also felt like it was too new.
Yeah. I also felt like the clothing and the like some of the stuff that decorated the house looked too new. Like it didn't look like it had been used before.
Yeah, salvaged. Because in the book they were really heavy on you don't throw away paper, you don't throw away, like you really don't throw away anything, especially like wires, because you can use that wires in a sense of they're bad wires, but they're still good for like tying presents or whatever. So I felt like I was kind of missing a lot of that. I know they did have like the trash chute where it goes in the bottom and then mechanics kind of salvage what they can from everything, but I just felt like everything was too new. And then they're like, no cameras, so everyone draws pictures, but then how do they have pictures? Like drawings of people.
Yeah.
And then some people had pictures, and I'm like, I don't what?
Like, there was, I think, overall too much technology. Like, I know you have IT, but the way I pictured it is more like 90s IT, where you're 90s or 80s, like early computer type stuff.
Yes, and I felt like they did portray the computers in the old, like, early 90s look.
Yeah. The
big, bulky, you know, you have the big monitor, which I kind of did appreciate, but yeah, I agree with you that everyone knew the technology, and from my vision of the book while reading, it was just IT. IT was the only ones allowed to mess with computers.
Yeah.
Besides, obviously, their email and whatever else they have. Like, because each kind of place had a computer, like each house, kind of. So I was like, what? How does that make sense? Like, because, you know, like, then wouldn't everyone be dabbling in computer? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That was a little weird.
But you can't have, like, new technology without having people, like, invent, like, chips and different things like that. And physically, it's not possible in underground where you have limited everything.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with that. Kind of some, like, the main, like, points that I felt were really drastically changed from the book to the TV show was Bernard. Like, I felt like he was just, he didn't, in the book you're like,
he's bad.
There is no, you have no rhyme or reason to not believe he's a dick, kind of. Mm-hmm. He feels like what he's doing is protecting the silo, so I kind of get his thought process, but in the show, he kind of just acted like he's trying to do the best in a worse situation, but hey, I'm your buddy. You know?
Yeah.
Like, his intentions weren't as obvious.
Well, I feel like Common's character, I forget what his name was in the
Sims. Yeah.
Was more like a plant for Bernard in the show. Because he was more of the villain.
Yes.
Where Bernard was kind of just like there, and he was kind of the figurehead, even though I think Sims was working under Bernard to do all the villainous stuff.
In the book, Sims was like the head of security in IT. And then in the TV show, his character is like the main honcho for judicial.
Judicial, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that again. Apparently can't. Which that was one of the other major changes from the book to the show. Because I was like, who is this? Should we know who this is? I had to refer back to my notes because I had put him in my notes, and I'm like, oh, so they just kind of switched his role.
Yeah. Because in the book, I don't remember judicial being as important as it was in the show.
It was feared, like it is in the TV show, but no, I don't feel like it was as present unless they were doing raids.
Yeah. Because I feel like judicial was more of the cops than the sheriff and her deputies.
Yeah. No, I agree. I totally agree. Yes. And then in the TV show, we actually see Judge Meadows. In the book, we did not, I want to say physically see because it's a book. Her character was never introduced for us to see as readers.
Yeah.
It was just more of a, like, her name was feared, which I don't even know if it was a her in the book or not.
It was just Meadows.
It was just Judge Meadows, so we don't really even had a gender on her. And she was feared a lot through both the book and the TV show, though. But then the plot twist in the TV show is she's just a figurehead. She doesn't have any power.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, IT had most of the power.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, in the book.
I guess I would have liked to read the second, third book just to see how much, like, I felt like that would be a really good plot in, like, the second book.
Yeah.
But obviously we didn't read the second book, so there's some things that could be in the TV show that we feel are major changes, but could be later on in the book series that we just don't know about.
Yeah.
So that just is driving me nuts at the moment.
So do you want to talk about major character changes? Because
yes, we had quite a few.
Lucas was in trouble for helping Jules in but Bernard didn't know about that in the book. Like, he kind of just made him be in the bunker hole.
Oh, yes, you're right, yes. So Lucas kind of had a thing for Jules. And in the TV show, I really didn't feel, like, I felt like it was more him and like, his infatuation with her.
Yeah.
And I felt like she just was like, nah, I still love George.
Yeah, there was a lot more George in this.
Yes, 100%. I thought he was just a throwaway character, but I understand why they made him a big plot point in the TV show.
Yeah. Just
because it gives her motivation, and it it gives the viewers reason why she cares so much. Like, why is she continuing to keep investigating when she knows it's not going to end well?
Yeah.
And that's also why I feel like Knox did what he did.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that leads into the second season, into the rebellion. Because I feel like if that hadn't have been in the TV show, and they've, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like it wouldn't have been that much of a rebellion at that point.
Yeah. I think for the TV show, they made it work with what... They made the changes work with what they needed to do.
I felt like it flowed in the TV show. It was just very different from the book. Mm-hmm. Because, of course, Knox is her, like, supervisor in Mechanic. And she's obviously on the run. There's not a lot of places to hide. So I will go figure. And so Knox decided to turn her in like, what, the last episode or second to last episode?
I think it's the last episode. We watched the two of them together.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And they're about 40 minutes to about an hour, depending on the episode. So that's where I felt like it was going. Knox turned her in. Knox realizes, shit, I made a mistake. Let's rally. And then I felt like that would make more of a rebellion than just like, oh, they sent Jules out. You know what I mean?
Well, like, they also didn't have the guy in IT that dies.
Yes. What's his name?
He got punched in the face. That much.
Oh God, I thought Scotty.
They didn't.
Yeah, I actually put that Scotty wasn't it? Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So they didn't have Scotty in IT. George was more of a character.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of glossed over the sheriff, the first sheriff, and the mayor, and that kind of subplot. Because, like, she died, and then, like, you didn't really get much else.
Yeah.
And then you got more, like, relic finders in this.
Yeah. Yeah, like kind of the underground relic swamp. Yes, no. Totally, yeah. Let's see here. Another major plot point was Walker was a woman in this one, which I feel like it kind of worked. But
yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't really, like, affect me when they swap genders of, like, somebody like Walker, because they're important, but their gender is not important.
Yeah, no, I get that. I just kind of wanted more of the grandfatherly vibe.
Yeah.
And obviously it was a grandmother. Which is fine. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it doesn't really matter, but if, comparing to the book to the TV show. So, Paul Billings, who was Peter. It was Peter in the book. I know, I was like, come on, it was Peter. It is. He's the sheriff. The sheriff that Judicial wants in there. Which he does become Jules' second after Marnes. And that was another thing. Marnes, I felt like, obviously we didn't get his point of view in the book. Mm-hmm. But I felt like in the TV show, I felt like he had changed his mind because he was about to commit suicide because he really loved the mayor.
Yeah.
Totally get that. But there was a change that I thought was really nice that I would have liked to see in the book, where Jules talks to Walker on the radio because Walker figured out the radio situation.
Yeah.
And her saying to Walker, like, I might have found a person I can trust. And she was talking about Marnes. And then he realizes, hey, I still need to help her. And then obviously he gets killed, sorry.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't kill himself in the book. I think he got killed.
No.
But it looks like a suicide.
Yes.
Because all the deaths look like a suicide except for the mayor's.
Yes.
Because she got poisoned.
Yeah, she got poisoned. Yeah. And that was another change, like Marne's death, and technically the mayor's. Because in the TV show, they make it seem like the deputy was the person they were trying to kill. Period.
Yeah.
They don't make it seem like a plot, like it was intentional. Right?
Yeah, because it made it feel more like they were trying to clear out the sheriff's station so they could put in Judicial.
Billings or whoever they wanted to put in. And then the mayor was just collateral. But in the book, it felt more accidental.
I think it was supposed to be the mayor in the book because they were sharing water because it's easier to get it off somebody else's than...
Yeah.
And I think Bernard wanted the mayor dead so he could have power, pretty much.
I gotcha. Yeah. There's just a lot of changes between the book and the TV show, but I felt like you said, like, it worked for the TV show. Like, obviously, from reading the book, you're like, that's not right. But it flowed with the TV show.
I think the book had a lot more internal stuff for Jules.
Yeah.
So she's like researching, trying to figure out what piecing stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can't obviously have internal thought unless it's all voiceover, and then
in a TV show it gets a little too confusing.
So I think that's the main reason they made some of the changes that they did.
Yeah, which I totally get. I understand it can't be exactly like the book because then it'd be really hard. But the changes they made, I felt like did actually move the story along better than the book in some parts.
Yeah.
The whole subplot of, I don't know if I wrote her name down, holistic fertility person, like, she was in the book for me, like, literally a sentence or two, maybe. She was a major plot point in the TV show, which I could have took it or leave it.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like it made sense in some parts, but then others I'm like, what? What's going on?
I don't think it was needed, but I think they needed to pad out some of the, like,
the fire
extra
details
stuff, yeah.
And then the terminology, fireflies? Or flame keepers? She was saying that her mom was like flame keeper, people that preserve history, and I'm like, this was not talked about. Is this something later? I felt like that was 100% something later in
the second or third.
Yeah, in the series, because that seemed too on, like, it did, like, the terminology felt very specific.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not, but
also we had different, like, settings in this one. Like, you didn't have that big drill machine in the book.
You did, but you didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't in her silo. It was in the 17.
Yeah. Which we haven't got to
we
yet.
haven't got to in the TV show, which I just might continue anyway. That was found sooner.
And George found that.
And then I'm not sure about the door, what the significance was about the door that he asked her to find. I don't know.
I think it's that little... It's a tunnel to the other bunkers, or it's going to be that one room that has all the answers in it that Lucas was supposed to go into.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. And then he could have found it on the hard drive.
Yeah.
The hard drive was found, like, sooner in the TV show, obviously. I mean, I guess you needed a plot point on that one. I didn't really like the subplot of George using everyone to further his wants, and Jules kind of gets like disheartened because she's like, he's not who I thought he was, and then she sees the video, which is obviously something different as well. She never got any other message from George after he died. This was something new. Video's just like very, they don't know.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get any of George in the book. We got, like, his name, and then he died, and that was it.
And that they were lovers, and that's about it.
Yeah. And we got very little of her dad, too. And her dad was in it a lot more.
Her dad was in it a lot more. Which he's a famous actor, so. But I kind of did like that, where they kind of hashed out some old details regarding the mom, her mom and brother. And let's see here, what else? I'm trying to think of the major changes. The lens and recording devices. So, like, in the TV show, in the pact, nothing above a certain magnification is banned. I didn't say that right. Any, like, I don't know what the magnification is, but any kind of magnification after a certain strength was forbidden. I have no idea why that was a thing in the TV show. It was never brought up in the book. And, of course, the TV show plotline was her mom was trying to find a way to help other kids. because I think her brother had like a hole in his heart, which they could have fixed if they had the right equipment, magnification, and that's what she was trying to do. And then Judicial came in and kind of destroyed it all, and she just lost hope. And that's how it explains it in the TV show that she killed herself. The book, I don't remember it ever saying.
I don't think we got a lot about her mom. We just know that her mom killed herself.
Right.
Or was killed.
Yeah, which...
And then that was basically it.
Yeah.
And then she went to mechanical.
Yeah. So, the TV show has a whole bunch of cameras, which I felt like was in the book, but not to this magnitude.
Mm-mm.
Like, they have a camera in every room, it feels like, except for the baby room, which is important, for the TV show at least. They don't want to look at babies crying, I guess. So that was very heavy in the TV show, which makes sense, but at the same time,
I don't remember a lot of cameras in the...
No, but they did have, like, the porters, the spies.
Yeah, I thought it was more like people telling on other people.
That's how I kind of got it too, but I don't know if there was some hidden, and you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, in the book it really didn't talk about the cameras or how they knew information other than porters and spies.
And that's another thing, like, those cameras were like newer-ish cameras.
Yes.
Like higher quality cameras.
Yeah, I expected, because it's supposedly 150 years old before the rebellion, and they were there before the rebellion, right? They were in the silo before the big rebellion happened. So I would say at least 200 years they're down in the silo. Everything looked too new.
Yep,
too fucking new.
I just don't like. I thought about this at the book when we read the book and watched the TV show, and I was like, how do they just get stuff? Like, because when you think about how we got stuff in history, people had to hand make all the textiles, everything.
I agree.
Like, how do you get heat tape?
Yeah. Which, like, the only thing I could think of, and it's Star Trek related kind of, is the fabricators. But then that doesn't make sense, because if you have the fabricators that can make anything, then why aren't you making everything?
Yeah.
So, like, that obviously goes out the window. But yes, I want to know.
Because you have to have, like, something to make, even glue. Because you got to have some sort of, they make it out of bone marrow, some glues, which you can do.
Yes.
But they don't have huge animals either.
Yeah. They're mad when you got a rabbit. And I felt like this one had a lot more dogs. The TV show had a lot more dogs than maybe in the book portrayed, I guess, maybe. But I just feel like, how the fuck did you get a dog? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's underground bunker. Obviously someone had to have gotten a dog. But to make other dogs, surely there's a lot of inbred dogs, right?
Yeah.
Like, that'd be, like, I need answers, guys. I need answers. I don't know. So, another plot point from the TV show that I didn't understand or didn't connect to the book in any way was the syndrome.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't remember that either.
No. Apparently, if you have the syndrome, according to the packs, you're supposed to turn yourself in. But then it kind of hinted, I don't think it's told you outright, the TV show, that they put stuff in the water. And that's how people got the syndrome, but I'm not sure. It was to make people forget stuff. Or something like that. And that's how people got the syndrome. It was like very small part of the TV show. And I'm like, okay. Like, still don't...
This was completely new.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I have no idea. It only is brought up because Billings has the syndrome. And it makes your hand shake really, really bad. And obviously as, like...
It almost seemed like it was Parkinson, like,
almost like that, yeah, where you just, like, kind of just shake, and so he has, like, control himself, and and you're not supposed to be able to hold a position, physical labor. You're not allowed to do any physical labor because you're just broken down because of syndrome. I have no idea how that tied in anywhere. And maybe season 2, maybe, I don't know.
I have no idea.
No idea. Let me see, like, what else? So, the supplies. In the book, Scotty, poor Scotty, Scotty helped Jules with, I think, the hard drive.
Yeah,
She
I
helped,
think so.
yeah, something to that effect. And then obviously he got killed because of his interaction with that. He was not in the TV show, but he was the only way she found out about the visors and the supplies. And in the TV show, Walker figured that out about the supplies
because they didn't really go into supplies that much.
No.
They said, "Oh, Jules stole some heat tape."
Yeah,
but they didn't tell you the significance of the heat tape.
And Jules figures that out and tells Walker, and she kind of tells Walker a little bit what she's found out, anyways. But Walker pieces more stuff together than Jules does.
Yeah,
which I don't. I mean, obviously Jules is going through a lot of shit, so. Let me see what else. Yeah, I think that's all I had. Really, was for like the main changes. I felt like were really devastating or really changed from the book to the TV show.
Yeah. Well, in the TV show, Jules tries to show everybody the screen from the hard drive, and that didn't happen in the book either.
Yes, yeah, it was like a blurb too. Like, it was just on there for like maybe 10 seconds. And Bernard is like a wizard at computers. I guess you'd have to be ahead of TV. But in the book, you didn't see his wizardry with technology. In the TV show, you did. He was just like, done. And it's like, dude, fuck you. Like, which I know it's a TV show, but still, like, I'm jealous. Like, that's awesome. But yeah, that was. I felt. One other thing I guess I wanted to mention was Lucas, the love interest.
Kind of
pairing. In the book, it was more mutual. In the TV show, I felt like it was kind of not really mutual. Like, he was more for pursuing her than she was him.
Well, you didn't really get a lot of him. Like, he was there and then he was gone, and then he showed up every once in a while.
Yes. Yeah, I felt like he was a little bit more. He was in the TV show more, but not really. He was like a background character, I felt like. But in the TV show, she asks him for more help, and because he works in IT as well, he works like days, and then he tries to, chart the stars. So that's still in the TV show. And when Jules asks him for help, he's too scared to basically help her, so he just leaves, and then Judicial comes and, literally takes everything from the apartment that can be taken out. And then Bernard sentences Lucas to 10 years in the mines, which I feel like in season 2 will change.
I think that's why he sentenced him to 10 years, because he's going to put him in that bunker and he's going to like, you're going to learn all this shit.
I mean, yeah. I took it more as he was going to actually send him to the mines. At least, of course, there's also, speculation. But in season 2, I feel like he's going to realize that he needs him because he's really good at computers, too.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where it's going to be like, oh shit, Lucas, I need you. We're going to, instead of doing the mines, you're going to do this for me instead.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's going to kill Sims.
Maybe. I don't know. Because
he put his family above the silo.
I know, but the only reason I say maybe is because he's played by Common.
I gotcha.
Like, if he was played by some random dude that we don't really know, I'd be like, okay, he might die.
Yeah. I don't know, that's my predictions. Let's see here. Was there anything else that you thought was like a major plot point? Like a major change? I'm trying to think.
We just added more characters.
Yeah.
We got more layers to, each of our characters.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, I don't think I had anything else besides like the Flame Keepers, which I thought was really random.
And they have a kids book.
Oh yeah, the Georgia, like it's a kids book
about Georgia.
Yeah, Welcome to Georgia. So it's like a very, and I feel like they played that really well. Because if you had just gotten an adult Welcome to Georgia, it's more facts and more like, this is a national bird, you know what I mean? And so I felt like them putting in the kids book of Welcome to Georgia to like dumb it down for the people that really obviously doesn't know anything about the outside world and how beautiful or how green or how colorful it is. So I felt like they did that on purpose, and it was a really nice like little like,
Yeah, but in the book the only books they had were kids books. Like they didn't have any other.
Yeah, you're right. I thought they were just being cool.
So I don't know how much was held back from them in the book. I don't remember if it was...
Yeah, you're right. I think it was only kids' books. And there was some green, like, obviously, like zoo books and whatnot. Yeah, I forgot that part. Yeah, you're right. So that would fit more into the book. Is why they have a kids book. Yeah. I just thought it was because no one knows about the outside, so they were trying to dumb it down for the people inside the side. I went a little too hard on that one. Which is fine.
But just think of how depressing it would be if you just had kids books. Like, nothing against children's literature, but I'm like, dang, I need something deeper than this.
I need something more sustainable, please. Yeah, and that's what gets, that's what actually gets Jules in trouble, is the book. Because it's a little, what, code red?
It's a
book?
red labeled.
Yeah, something about how they, like, they label the relics based on severity of the history. I guess. I don't know. Like, and how Judicial has, like, a, like, thorough checklist of who last had this specific relic, and I'm like, damn, like,
I want to know why they haven't just like confiscated all of them and like,
and just burn them,
like, or just recycle them into something useful, like that Pez dispenser, like just melt it down. And melted plastic has to smell awful, but you could form it into something else.
I didn't understand the concept of the Pez dispenser. I'm like, okay, it's a relic, in quotations, but why is there a string and a bolt to it? Like, I'm like, what is the purpose of the relic? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I felt like that was just such a random, like, we wouldn't think it was a relic. So I'm wondering if it was more a show for the audience to be like, this is a fucking Pez dispenser. You know, like candy. And to them, they're like, oh, this was a relic from the old days. I wonder what it's for. Like, I wonder if that was more of, like, to show the audience, like, hey, the relics are just random shit that they deem forbidden.
Yeah.
Which I felt like was really cool, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't understand I don't understand the concept of what is that supposed to be to me in this show?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I wanted to know, and it was just like, yeah, George had it. I'm like, okay. I know George has it, but why? George has it.
But, like, you could take those relics and make them into something, like, even the children's book. Like, you could recycle that paper.
Yeah.
And make new paper from it.
Yeah. But I felt like in the book, paper was, like, a luxury. You couldn't, like, it was the luxury of luxury. But in the TV show, it was like, yeah, paper costs money. And that was it. They glossed over everything else. Everyone has paper to, like, draw, and I'm like...
And they have files.
Yeah, I'm like... I don't know. I mean, I think... Yeah.
Yeah. I just think of how, like, you have to make stuff. Stuff just doesn't appear.
Apparently it does. It's magic, Rachel. Don't you know? Yes, I agree with you, though. I was missing more of, like, the how, but I think that's the beauty of sci-fi. You don't need the how, it's just there. But I want the how.
Yeah.
Which I think you get more in fantasy. I think that's why you gravitate more towards fantasy.
Because why?
Yeah, it gives you like a whole like here's the world and this is, and it's more of a straightforward. Sci-fi is just like, yeah,
This
it's
is how it
sci-fi.
is.
Yeah.
But sometimes fantasy's like that too. Like, this is how the magic system works, and it's just this way.
Yeah,
But
you really don't need you don't really need to know how fantasy, like how magic works. You know what I mean? Like
sometimes you do.
Yeah. Okay,
Sometimes those parameters are
okay.
you know the
Yeah. Okay. I get your point. No, I get it. Okay. Fair enough. Are you done talking about Silo?
Sure. I didn't say Salo, so I'm
proud of myself. I think. Are we doing 2 different ratings, like we do the books, or just one?
Just one for this one.
Okay.
Because
Okay. So our rating is based on compared to the book Wool to Silo, how they compare to each other. Right? That's the rating we're doing.
yes.
Okay. Do you want to go, or do you want me to?
You can go first.
Okay. I felt like they compare, like, out of 5, it was a 2. For many reasons. I felt like a lot changed in the plot and how they got to there, but it worked in the TV show. So that doesn't, it doesn't reflect my rating on the TV show altogether, just compared from the book to the TV show.
Yeah, I gotta give it a 2.5 because obviously they have to have changes because
Yeah, no, I totally understand. That's kind of where I was like, it is enough of the plot, but I felt like it changed, and I understood the changes, but I was like, if I'm just comparing,
I mean, you got the structure of what the book was for, and then obviously you can't be in Jules' head for the TV show, so you got more backstory and why things were happening.
Yeah, because there was a lot of flashbacks towards like how she is the way she is, like repressed, trauma, all that fun stuff growing up as a child. But yeah, there was a lot more like flashbacks and a lot more story to move it along.
Yeah, instead of just more like inner piecings of like piecing stuff together.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I didn't think the TV show was bad by all means. But I did understand the changes, like how I would have done it differently. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like it really worked for the TV show and to move the main story plot along. Yeah. So.
I will say I did like the book better than the TV show.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, I did. I liked the book a lot better, just because. What's your main reason, I guess?
My main reason is you got to kind of like discover things on your own.
Oh.
Like, you can also, like, as Jules was discovering it, you were discovering
it.
Yeah.
And
also you got to like experience the world a little better because it's more descriptive in the book, obviously.
Yeah. No, I get it. I agree. I did prefer the book to the TV show for many reasons, because I felt like I understood the changes, but at the same time I wanted it to be more of the book I read.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I feel like that's kind of true with everything from the book to the TV show, movie, or whatever adaptation they come up with. You just wanted it to more true to the book, but I understand why sometimes that just doesn't.
It's not possible.
Yeah, it's not possible. So, which is fine, totally fine. So that was Silo, season 1. I think they're on season 4.
Maybe.
I think. I know they've done at least 3 seasons. So season 2 should be the rest of the book. And
maybe.
Without having watched it, I couldn't tell you.
And honestly, I haven't read into what the second book is about because I kind of just want to go in blind.
Yeah,
so I don't know where it jumps off.
Yeah, I don't think it will be a straight continuation. maybe some kind of time skip. But I don't know, because she has to rescue the other people from the other silo.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It could be straight into that, or it could just be, hey, we rescued them. Here's time skip. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I will continue reading the series once we slip.
No. We got an extra episode in October.
October and December. But yeah, I mean, it's on my to be read list. I want to finish that, and I want to finish Gideon, and I finished God Killer. I got one.
I think we started a lot of series and we haven't finished any of them.
I mean, that's good though. I mean, I kind of like having, like, obviously with the podcast, it's stuff I wouldn't have picked up. Like, you have expanded my book knowledge. My book, I don't know.
The genres you pick
Yeah.
up.
And buying books. I'm buying more physical books at the moment now. Which
I'm sorry.
I know. It was just not been, I mostly buy just physical manga because I prefer that than a Kindle.
Yeah.
I just can't. It's not the same. But,
I think graphic novels or anything with a lot of art in it.
it's just so hard to stare at a screen.
Yeah.
To enjoy it. And I'm kind of actually noticing since some books are cheaper to buy physically versus that aren't on Kindle Unlimited or on Libby, stuff like that. I have noticed a difference between the formatting from the special editions to the paperbacks to Kindle. Like, I didn't realize they were that drastic, I guess. Especially from that one, the fine print. Yeah, the fine print. Like, so I started reading the physical copy because I got the special edition hardback, and it's completely different from your paperback format to the Kindle format. And I'm like, it's the same book.
And I bet it's different from that format with the indie published one. Because it was originally indie published and then it went to
why do you do this to me?
Bloom.
Yes. I mean, it's just interesting to see, though. Because I, mostly reading on Kindle, I never really got that. Because, obviously, I didn't have the other books. But, some of the books that I really enjoyed, I want physically, just because you never own it digitally. Kind of.
No way.
Yes. Thank you, that's a better... you own it until you don't own it. So that's why I got, the God Killer, and I'm going to get Gideon. I just haven't decided if I want to get the exclusive ones. They're just so expensive.
My problem is I'll get the paperback edition and then they'll come out with the deluxe edition of the book and I'm like, damn it.
But have you read the book before you get the deluxe? Because that's my problem. Because I'm like, that looks pretty. The plot's okay. You know what I mean? Like, reading the back, you're like, I don't know if I would really pick this up if it wasn't straight edge. But at the same time, like, I hate that all these books are really coming out, and some of them are just beautiful.
Yes.
With, like, the special edition, deluxe, sprayed edges, whatever, foil. But I don't want to get a book just because it looks pretty, and then I read it and absolutely fucking hate it. Yeah. That's my main, like...
Which has happened to me a couple times, but I haven't bought any of, like, the special edition box books, like Luma Crate, Bookish Box, stuff like that, because I know how I am with reading, and if I don't like a book and I've paid $100 for it, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. That's why I am in this weird, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm finding all these books, and especially since, like, the Luma Crate, the Owl Crate, like, the Blend, like, there's just so many subscription services you can get that have all these exclusive ones, and I'm like, sounds good, but I don't want to spend the money for something I don't know if I'm gonna like. But then, once they sold out, they're done.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm like really struggling with the Gideon, because I'm like, I really like the Lumicrate ones because they look so good. And I really like the first one, but what if I hate the second and third book? Like, I don't want to spend all that money.
Yeah.
So they're about like $300 to $600 depending on where you want to, buy them from. So like, I know I like the first one. So do I just buy the first one?
But then you don't have a complete set,
Yeah,
and they don't look good together.
This is my problem. I'm like, I am having like, I'm like, I could swing $100 a book, and I'm like, but why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's my problem right now.
So what I do is if it has like a deluxe edition that I can get, if I haven't read the book and it's only out in the deluxe edition, I'll usually pick up the deluxe edition. But if it's if I've read it and I like it, then that's when I get the big nice edition.
I gotcha.
Like what I'm gonna do with the deal. I have 3 copies of that book, by the way, and one of them is signed.
I was about to say, so the newest one would be your 4th edition?
No, that one's gonna be my 3rd edition.
Okay.
Because I got
You're an accountant. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. That's what I was trying to figure out. Okay. Well, I mean, it's a book you really, really enjoy, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I like the second book better, but that seems to be my trend in like romance novels. Is I like the second book and the second guy better than the first guy, and I don't know why that is, but that's how it works.
But her stuff is standalone, but they're in the same universe.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
but they don't tie. Do they kind of like? They mention the characters.
Yeah.
Okay,
They kind of tie in together.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Because each book goes after the other one.
Okay. Yeah.
Except for the 3rd and 4th book, because those go together simultaneously. Like they're happening at the same time.
Oh, that's...
Yeah.
Is that rough to read?
No.
No. Okay. Did you read them together? Did you
No.
read? Okay. I was about to say, I was like, I don't know if I can do that. I can barely read 2 books at a time. And she's over here reading, oh, yep, I'm on my like 5 different ones. I'm like, like, how do you do this?
That's how my brain works.
I'm a 1 until I'm done. Unless it's just pure smut, then yeah.
I'm like 5 books at a time all the time.
I can't do it. You're smarter than me. Or you can multitask better than me, I guess I should say. So, do you want to maybe go over our favorite July books? And then kind of just shoot the shit afterwards? Yeah. Okay. So we were doing this kind of like ranking, which Rachel was just burning me last month.
Whoops.
Which is fine. It's just one of those, like, I didn't have my answer locked and loaded. I'm like, okay, which ones have we read this month?
Yeah, I gotta think about which ones we read this month.
Okay, don't worry, I got them. So I got the games God's Play, which was our fantasy pick, Hide, which was our horror pick, Red Rising, which was our sci-fi pick, and Behind the Net was our romance pick. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
Okay. So we kind of, what was your favorite out of this month?
The games gods play. The favorite. That was the best one. It was 5-star for both.
Yes and no, it was amazing. 100%. I already pre-ordered the second book. And I got 3 people at work to read it. And I'm like, hey, you need to read this. And they're like, okay, sounds interesting. And they're like, I read it this weekend and it was amazing. I'm like, I know.
I told you it was good.
I know. I was like, duh. She's trying to get me to read the Akatar or whatever it is.
A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah, that thing.
They're good.
I know. It's just, that's a lot of commitment. Because they're like, what, 8 books?
So there's 5 right now.
Like 8 books?
So
they're like 8 books because I'm just kidding. No, I think they're pretty hefty though, aren't they?
yes.
Okay. I count them as 1.5.
Crescent City's over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a big
I'll
book.
show you my special edition of this.
Okay. I'm excited. So that was our ranking for July's books.
What was your worst pick?
I actually wrote that down too. I wrote them in order. Behind the Net.
Behind the Net?
Yes.
You think Behind the Net was worse than Red Rising?
I I really like sci-fi. So it's really hard for me to rank sci-fi, like, because I feel like fantasy and sci-fi are very imaginative.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I can never write a book. I don't have that big of an imagination. But I love reading them.
Yes.
So it's really hard for me to rank. Red Rising was rough, but I really enjoyed the story, if that makes sense. Just the last half sucked.
Yeah. Well, my thing is the war part of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I did like the writing side of it.
Like, I feel like... Yes.
And I enjoyed the world up until, like, we turned into a war novel.
Yes. Yes. And that was, like, last 20-30% of the book, maybe? Like, because it was, like, part 3. So I would say, like, the last...
Is it like
quarter of the book?
the last, like, 40% of the book was mainly
it?
war? Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah, well... I felt like it was good up until they got dropped off on the planet. And then I was like, because I kind of liked the interesting views on that. Behind the Net was just...
It was just fluff.
Yeah, it was really slow. Which is fine, but I guess for a romance I expect spassy. Which is not always the case.
So no closed door romances.
Yes, no, it's not. No. No, I mean, and they're fine. It's just, I felt like it was really lacking in kind of story. Like, I felt like it was too predictable for me to enjoy.
I get that.
So that's why it ranked
Lowest.
Yes. What was your lowest one?
Probably Red Rising.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be Hyde, but okay, yeah.
No, Hyde was good. I think it went Games Gods Play. We kind of had a weird month this month. So Hyde,
Yeah, that's what.
Behind the Net, and then Red Rising.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel bad because Red Rising did have good writing style.
Oh yeah, no.
It was just for me. It wasn't the book for me.
Yeah. Mine is the same besides flipping Red Rising and Behind the Net. Because I liked Hyde better than Red Rising. And then just Behind the Net was just too predictable story plot for me.
I get.
I mean, it wasn't, obviously nothing knocking against hockey romance or anything like that. It was just felt too predictable. I already knew, like, the conflict with the ex-boyfriend, so I already knew that was coming. So I was just like, like I wanted a little bit more twist, maybe. I don't know.
So, for your romances, are you more like a romantic suspense type?
Yeah,
Like the ones that you're gonna pick up are gonna be more
action-y, like, there's a lot more involved, plot twists, or just the unexpectedness of, like, oh, there's conflict coming, because obviously every book has conflict, but I don't want it to be so predictable I'm not enjoying the book.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I felt with Behind the Net, was just too predictable of a plot line for it to not be interesting to read.
I think it was
Or
more of
enjoyable.
a cozy romance.
Yeah, it was.
As opposed to like something more
Action.
like even with contemporary romances you could still get like very intense topics in those.
Yes, I gotcha.
So I think that one was more just like kind of fluffy.
Yeah. Which is fine. It's just, I liked Games Got to Play better. There was just other books that I liked. I'm not saying it was a horrible book. Not saying that at all. But that was my ranking of our July books.
Yeah.
So.
It was just a weird month.
Yeah, it was a weird month. I feel like this, which we're just gonna go into it. So the next August books, because I feel like this one's gonna be. I feel like we're gonna struggle to find which one we really like, because I feel like they're all gonna be really good. Does that make sense?
Yes, I can already tell you. So I'm enjoying I Was a Teenage Slasher. I'm 50% in. I'm 50% in.
Oh, okay. We're 40. Yeah, I have not started this. Oh, yes. So yeah, that's my That's my fear for next month is that
we're gonna struggle with.
I'm gonna struggle to find my favorite out of these, which I'm hope is a great thing, but also we just need to be better at picking. I just feel like we have some duds, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I get it. But August books, since we're talking about it, we're just gonna throw them in there. Which Rachel already went over. I was a teenage
Stephen Graham Jones, one of my favorite horror authors.
Which is fun. And then we got Skyward by
Brandon Sanderson. I will call him Brandy.
I was waiting on that. This is our sci-fi pick. Which obviously the teenage slasher was a horror pick, if you didn't get that. Our romance pick is Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyd.
Boyce. Yeah, Boyce.
Okay, Boyce. My bad, I butchered names. You're welcome. Not really. I apologize. And then our fantasy pick. Right.
No. Yes.
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 Yeah. It's a fantasy slash horror, but yes. Immortal Dark by Tigger Singh Brimma?
We're gonna have to look that one up.
Yeah.
How to pronounce their name.
So read along with us.
You got it.
I still messed it up, I swear. Okay.
And then Brandy Sandy in second. There you go.
I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I still picked it up. So if you want to read along, obviously we always welcome that, so you can kind of listen to our discussions and see if you have the same kind of conclusions.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you think about I Was a Teenage Slasher.
Okay.
Because
Next week.
as I said, his writing style is a little hard to follow at first, but
Yes.
then once you get used to it, it's good.
Yeah. I think I want to, because some of them I listened on audiobook,
This would be a good one for audiobook.
but I feel like you warned me on the writing style, so I feel like I need to maybe read the first chapter or two to see, because I think that was my problem with Manhunt. Manhunt. Because I was listening just on audiobook, and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Well, this is one POV,
Okay.
so it's going to be easier than
Okay.
Manhunt, which was multiple POVs, and then you
The no
switch.
separation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was, do you ever have that problem with audiobooks where you feel like you don't understand what's going on?
Yes. So sometimes it depends on the person that's reading. Because if I get like somebody that's really dry, usually it's men, I'll just tune it out and lose the plot completely.
I gotcha.
And then with Manhunt, you didn't get separation of
Yes,
like
that was super
who was
hard.
talking.
Yeah. I felt like I was lost during most of that book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was a rough one.
Yeah, it was. But I kind of like the audiobooks, really. Like, I never really dipped my toe in, you know what I mean, with the audiobooks, just because I just never done it.
It's easier for me to do audiobooks because I can just like work and listen at the same time, because sometimes I have tasks that I'm just like punching in numbers and I'm like, I'm just gonna go.
See, I don't think I can do that. That's my problem. Because like when I'm at work, obviously I get interrupted so much. Phone call, people coming in my office, and then like when I'm actually trying to do like run a report or punch in numbers, I'm like, I have to concentrate because I'm gonna fuck something up. So I haven't gotten to that point of multitasking, but I really did enjoy listening to the audiobook and reading along in the book.
Yeah.
Like, because I read at a faster speed anyways, so I got up to like 2 times audio speed and just like kind of reading along, and I felt like that really helped me understand the book better.
See, I don't even go past 1.5 in audio speed. So I have it a little faster, but not like chipmunk speed.
I had to work my brain up to it, which I was like really proud about. But like if I'm just listening to audiobook, it has to be 1.7 and up. Because I they read so fucking slow. Like, I can't. No. Like, my brain's like, faster or I'm done. Kind of. Like, I have to, like, have that constant stimulation, I guess. But if I'm reading along with the book and the audiobook, it has to be two times.
Yeah. I think that would be easier because you're looking at the page and you're, like, kind of going.
Yeah, I'm, like, reading along, and then I can highlight, then, like, important parts I want, or, want from the notes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I actually really enjoyed that. I did not expect that, to be honest with you. I didn't expect reading and audiobook at the same time, like, but I did actually, like, I found that I really liked that. Felt like I kept my, like, immersed in the story better.
Also, that's how I do multiple books, because I'll be, like, reading a book, and then I'll do an audiobook, and then, like, if I'm doing different genres and audiobook, like, I can keep it straight.
I gotcha. Yeah. I'm working up to it, okay? I'm working up to it, okay? Yeah. Okay. I struggle with this. Can you help me? Okay. What is a morally gray character? I understand, but I don't understand.
So, it's somebody that's going to do something that's not necessarily 100% right, but for a good reason most of the time.
Okay.
So, like, for instance, main male character is in the mafia, and he kills people, but he kills people because they're pedophiles.
Okay.
So, morally, you're not supposed to kill people.
Yes.
But he's killing somebody that's a pedophile.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. I was just like, I felt like I didn't understand. I'm like, what does that fucking mean? Like, I was like, I don't get this. Like, I don't understand. Because I'm like, well, I guess what really bugs me about this whole, because it's like a genre in its own at this point, is it's a book. So why do I care about moral standings?
Yeah.
Like, obviously there's some things I don't want to read about. Like, obviously, if the book's about a pedophile, no, I don't really want to read that. And I can see where that's just villain energy there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, but, like, I guess I was just like, I guess I didn't understand the concept of, like, what does it matter? I guess it's just like the trigger warnings when you're, like, reading a book. You're like, okay. I just skip off of
Yeah. So most of the time I skim the list and I'm like, okay, nothing really has triggered me. Like, the only thing that really, like, sets me off is, like, dog attack stuff.
Right.
Which I can handle to some extent, but, like, if it's very descriptive, I'm like, no.
Yeah. No, I get that. I guess I wasn't understanding, like, obviously, if it's the character's love interest, because it usually is you're reading for that, like, protective side, or, you know what I mean? Like, so I guess I was like, it doesn't matter if they're morally in the gray or whatever. Yeah. Like, obviously that's what it means, the gray area.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
it doesn't really matter.
Okay. It's just another, like, hey, if you don't like this, don't fucking read it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if, like,
that's where my brain was, like, hung up on. I'm like,
Or if you want, like, a Superman character, like, if you want somebody that's, like,
just straight
does everything for the right reasons, like,
yeah, that's not who you want.
No, it's not.
They're not gonna pick you. That's the bad part. But okay, thank you. I was struggling with that super hard because it's like, you see all the warnings. I'm like, morally gray. I'm like, yeah, I know what. No, I don't know what that means. I was like, I thought I did, but no, straight up. Let's see here. Anything else you wanna throw out, or?
I don't know.
Do
you have any other interesting questions?
What's your favorite I don't want to say genre, but like subgenre, like morally gray, or villain energy, or golden retriever. Like what it like.
So,
and that's not just for romance. That's the only ones I can just throw out that to make you understand what I need.
For my romances, I like them on a little bit on the darker side. I don't necessarily want a straight up contemporary. I like sports romances, but I also Elle Kennedy is where it's at when I for most of my sports romances.
Yeah.
So if I'm picking a romance, I'm going to pick somebody that's a little bit darker or has a little bit more of a plot than just a contemporary. Like they fall in love, they break up, they get back together type thing. So that's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I need some kind of they're gonna die if you don't do this.
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
I need pain. I need to be emotionally destroyed.
I need trauma! Agree. 100% agree. I think mine's probably Why Choose or Fated, like soulmates.
Yeah, I love a fated mate.
Yeah, any capacity. Hell yeah. And that could be like soulmates, or it could just be some kind of connection or whatever. But I do prefer those and Omega stuff. Yeah. Omega verse, I guess, technically.
And I prefer enemies to lovers, so if the banter is bantering, I need it.
It really just depends on the type of love, like the type of hate. I don't like it when the characters are just like, I fucking hate you. Let's fuck.
Yeah, like, I need back and forth banter.
Yes, like in the Madison Case series.
Yes.
Or Archers and Dickens.
He's a dick throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. But you kind of get some redeeming qualities in the last book.
Yes.
Okay. So obviously you prefer like fantasy over all the other genres?
Not necessarily. I'm pretty wide read. The only genres that I'm like
that one. Well, that was good.
I usually don't read is westerns. Not that I'm gonna pick up a western.
Yeah.
But I'm not a western girl. No, I'm not gonna do that.
No. I mean, I could dig
maybe if it's a cowboy romance, I could do that.
Yeah, I could do that. I don't know if I could just do straight western.
Yeah.
Nah, not my cup of tea either.
Historicals. It's very rare that I'm gonna pick up something that's set back in time. Just because my brain doesn't work like that. I don't like the chase, like you have to be pure, like type of mentality that historicals have.
Yeah.
If it's written in that time, like say Jane Austen, I like Jane Austen. But if it's written nowadays in Jane Austen's time, I'm not about it.
Okay.
I know that's a random...
That is very, very, like, random niche. Which is fine, though. I mean, I don't really have, like, a straight...
And war novels, obviously.
Yeah, no. I just can't deal with war novels. And maybe some magical ones, but just glossy over. I don't... Time skip that shit, please. Please.
Yeah.
I don't think I have like historical ones. I'd probably be like, but like the Song of Achilles. Like I felt like that was a historical piece, but it wasn't. Like it didn't feel like historic.
Yeah. So Song of Achilles is in that weird genre where it can be like fantasy and also like set in that time, because like a lot of fantasies seem like they're set in ancient time already.
Yeah. Just like if it has to do with gods or whatnot, it feels like it's more historically based locations or time periods.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt like with the God Killer too, where it was more set in like, obviously they don't have cars or anything like that. It's they still have kings, you know. So, but I didn't feel like it was just historical. Like if it was just historically, like, hey, we're talking about, you know, how the
medieval times.
Yeah, I would probably struggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a tad bit. But I could deal. I'll read just about anything until it's like, yeah, no. But I know if I'm more than halfway in, I'm gonna fucking finish it. Like, I just can't be like, no.
Unless it's a 1,000-page book. But then if you're already halfway in,
you fucking have to commit to that bitch. Like, no. Hell no. Because 500, I feel like 500 pages is almost standard anymore. Because I feel like...
So for fantasy, 500 pages is on the short side for a lot of them.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. So fantasy, you're in for the long haul. Because you have series that span...
I mean...
books.
Yeah, that's true too.
Like, the Wheel of Time series is freaking, like...
a lot. Is it 14
13,
books?
14 books.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I think it's like 14 books. And they're all like
thick, yeah. Game of Thrones is 5 books, but they're all like 1,000 pages.
I don't have that time span right now. I don't have it. I was trying to find something to read before I was a teenage slasher, and I'm like, just fucking get it over with. It's already Wednesday. Just go ahead and start it, you know? And then I was like, no, I want to see what else is out there. And then I'm like, oh, that's 600 pages. No, I don't have the time span for those. I was like, no.
600 pages.
Yeah,
No.
I was like, oh, this sounds really good. I'm like, oh, only 1,000 pages. Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not at this current time. Yeah, I don't. God, that's so hurts my brain.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy. I don't know. I don't have anything else. Unless you have something you want to pull out.
So how do you feel about nonfiction? Do you have genres in nonfiction where you're like, no, I don't want to read this? Or if you read nonfiction?
I couldn't tell you last time I read a nonfiction book. I take that back. I found this really cool one at Five Below. It is straight like a kid's book though. But it basically, I wouldn't say I've read it like front to back, but it basically each spread, it's not by page, it's by the 2 pages basically. Yeah. It goes into like a silo, like what a silo is, and gives you kind of like that cut picture of like you can see like the layers of what would be in a silo or a tractor. But I prefer, I guess, more educational, just because I like learning. But autobiographies, have to really like the person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care just because you're famous. Like, I don't know. I don't really like those.
So, here lately, I've been leaning more towards morbid ones. So I read one about like
how you do
bookbinding out of human skin and where those are.
No, that's cool though.
Or like
because that's how they used to.
Yeah. And a lot of them have to do with like science, because right now I'm reading a book called Black Angels, but it's about the nurses that helped cure tuberculosis.
Oh, okay.
So you get to learn about tuberculosis.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. There is only one, probably nonfiction, that I'm going to read eventually, and I don't remember the name of it. But it has to do, since I worked in research in the hospital, it's like kind of like proprietary until they publish it. So you're not supposed to, nothing is supposed to come out. And there was this one where set back in the 50s and 60s. I think more 50s. But basically, this woman died. And they took her for research without the family's permission. But they created a lot based on her.
Is it Henrietta Lacks?
Yes.
It's called The
It's
Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks.
Like I really want to read that. I just haven't yet. And that just seems really interesting because the family had no knowledge, and that's kind of how we got to the point now. Obviously, not now, but how we got to the part where we have to have consent for anything. And that's a really big part of research. I obviously did the finance part of it, but my one friend still works in it, and it's really interesting to know, like, the laws on that. So I kind of really do want to read that. I just haven't.
I picked that one up at a library sale.
It's just not disappointing. Like, I really want to read it. It's just
time. Yeah.
Well, it's not on Kindle Unlimited, and I never bought it, so.
You might check Libby, because I think they'll probably have the book, or they'll have an audiobook or something. That's probably the only nonfiction book. I know they made a movie about it, HBO did, so the cover on Libby might be Oprah's face. Just so you know.
I didn't even know they made anything out of it. It's pretty cool, but yeah, just that part, just because I like learning about how things used to be and how we changed it for the better.
So I like the science, like, not autobiographies, but like science nonfiction where you get to learn, like, how something was cured or what they did to do this. And those are what I lean towards. I never read a self-help book. You ain't gonna catch me in self-help.
What are you talking about? Ellen Kennedy is self-help. No, do you remember, okay, so the Scholastic Book Fair, right?
Yes.
Do you remember the pop-up books of, like, the dragons, Egypt?
Yeah.
I absolutely fucking love those. Of course, the dragon one was not real. But I still want to think it's based off some kind of mysterious creature that looked like a dragon. You know what I mean? Like, why do we have so much knowledge of like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, I feel like
they used to
dragons. The lore came from somewhere. It
yes,
didn't just
like,
pop up.
Yes, but like we don't have any concrete evidence, so that was just more, fiction. But the Egypt one and I just love pop-up. I get at heart. But yeah, I like more of like the learning aspect of nonfiction.
Yeah.
But it's not one I read a lot. Maybe we need to work that into our...
Maybe an extra.
I was gonna say we can do it as a bonus. I don't know if I want to commit
to a big science text. It's hard to review nonfiction books too, especially when it comes to people's like lives.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna rate that because it's your life. Like
yeah. No, I agree with that. It would be really hard to do, but. We could always read the Henry.
Yeah, we could.
My one friend that still works in research, she read it and she's like, oh my god. Because she obviously likes learning about this stuff because she's still in that world.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to go over? Talk about bullshit? I mean, do you have a library yet, technically?
Yes, I do have a library. I'm over 1,000 books.
Proud of you. I really probably should count mine one of these days. Yeah, I should probably do that.
Yeah. I don't exactly know how many, but I know that I take in more than I get rid of. So I'm definitely over 1,000 still. And Kyle just got a haul of like 20.
Oh yeah, Goosebumps books. Yeah, because he's trying to complete the series, like the old. They didn't remake it, or it did.
So they did the covers, and then there's different series. So there's like Slappy's World, Horrorland.
I gotcha.
And
is that why you can find the boxes like half-price books, because they just redid the covers, like re-released them? Okay, gotcha. I didn't know if they were still making any, or
he's looking for the old cover, the old 90s covers.
Yeah.
I gotcha. We always have a complete set. He's like got.
How many are there?
Like 40 or 50.
Okay.
And he's down to needing like 10.
That's not bad.
So
that's not bad at all. We just will never get rid of them.
Yeah.
I thought you kept all your books on a spreadsheet. No.
No, not anymore.
Too much.
Too many.
I do.
I don't have enough time.
I obviously
I need the scanner thing to scan it in. And
you know what? You know what? We should do that one day.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I just need to order one online and go
Just
for it.
go ham and just start
Yes!
scanning everything.
Yes, all we need to do is get a bottle of wine, put on some movies.
Can we do whiskey and soda?
I mean, if you want to go ham and only complete maybe 20% of it, sure, we can do that. I feel like we should at least get 50%, and we're like,
I mean, we'd at least get this room probably. I don't know about the
oh gosh,
the media room.
Oh my lord. No, I want to do that, to do my other books, because I already have all my manga and spreadsheet, because that's just too hard to, like, do I have this one? Because after a while, they all look the fucking same, not gonna lie. And it's really hard to be like, yeah, I think I have this volume. And then I flip through it, and I'm like, no, I don't remember this. And then I buy it, and I'm like, fuck. I do have this. That's my only problem with manga. That's why I had to make a spreadsheet, because I'm like,
Well, there's so many in a series that you just go like, okay, well, did I stop at this one, or did I get that one?
I mostly had to do it for my One Piece ones.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what am I on? I know I don't have this one. It's the newest one. But I think I'm only a couple behind, so there's that. Anything else? No?
No.
Alright. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed our bonus episode. And we'll hopefully see you back next week.
Bye.
See ya.